look like a cheap stunt, but it's had real impact. The Ice Bucket Challenge raised millions for research into motor neurone disease. So where's all the money gone?
Back in 2014, our social media feed started filling with a crazy phenomena from the US. Celebrities, billionaires, past US presidents, even a future one too, all dumping a freezing bucket of ice water on their heads. Nicole Kidman sporting quite a different hairstyle, and Kylie Minogue as well. Even Hugh Jackman did it, wearing a bow tie in a bathtub. It was called the Ice Bucket Challenge, and very soon it spread to Australian shores. A future treasurer with a little more hair took up the challenge. There was even a world record attempt at the MCG, as everyday mums and dads joined the craze whilst raising funds and awareness for motor neurone disease.
It just blew us away in terms of the impact of the viral social media campaign.
David Ali is the CEO of MND Australia. He says the Ice Bucket Challenge raised $220 million worldwide and $3 million here in Australia. 7 years on, that money has led to a flurry of new drugs being trialled.
Currently there are around 80 clinical trials. They're all in various stages of progression.
It gives you hope, because having the diagnosis of MND, there is no hope.
Joanne Woodvine was diagnosed with motor neurone disease 2 years ago. She has a genetic link, with the illness taking her father's life more than 2 decades ago. She's now participating in the trial of a new drug at the Royal Brisbane and Women's Hospital.
These trials that I'm on now are fantastic for just trying to find something, a cure. Just chuck everything at the wall and see what sticks, because nothing's been sticking. So hopefully this will be the one.
There's been an explosion of research.
Like many neurologists, Dr. Robert Henderson feels a sense of frustration that MND patients know very little about how their illness is likely to progress.
It is incredibly frustrating. So you feel desperately sorry for the patients that when they're given that diagnosis, that we still know so little about the diagnosis.
He's involved in some of the Australian-based trials, including one led by Dr. Xuan No at the University of Queensland. It begins in coming weeks and is exploring a possible link between MND patients and their metabolism.
And there's some nice complex thoughts as to why that's happened on an evolutionary basis. So they're now targeting a drug that targets hypermetabolism.
With 80 clinical trials underway worldwide, hopes are high that one of them will provide the all-important breakthrough that anyone affected by this deadly disease has been desperately waiting for.
There's a lot of positivity that we're going to find something.
On the back of better understanding of the disease, we're going to find a trial that makes a difference. So I'm very hopeful.
But the research takes time and drains money. Phase 3 drug trials can cost up to $30 million. Famous Aussies suffering from motor neurone disease, like AFL legend Neil Danaher and State of Origin hero Carl Webb, have been involved in admirable fundraising efforts, but more is continually needed.
There's not enough of us alive at one time to keep it going all the time, so I'm so grateful for the people that do all the challenges and the fundraising, because it needs to be done constantly, yeah.
It could be time for another crazy stunt that's become a catalyst for so much good.
If you took 20 years ago when I first started, you couldn't have imagined where this was heading.
I hope that I'm part of something that will finally be a cure. That would be good.